Good evening. We do begin with breaking news tonight out of northern Utah. The Weber Morgan Health Department and the Utah Department of Health are dealing with an outbreak at a healthcare facility in Roy. ABC4 News investigator Jason Wynn learned of the outbreak. He joins us now. Jason, how many people are infected?
Glenn, the Weber Morgan Health Department confirms there are 23 confirmed associated COVID-19 cases. I'm told both employees and patients are affected at Heritage Park Healthcare and Rehabilitative Services. And if they don't get this outbreak under control now, COVID-19 may run through the facility like wildfire.
We are canceling that appointment because there is a positive COVID in the building.
That's a voicemail left by an employee at Heritage Park Healthcare and Rehabilitative Services last Tuesday.
If he tests positive, I know the outcome. He's going to have to stay there, and we probably won't see him again. I know that.
Denise Theofold's relative recently moved into the facility for long-term treatment. It was a move her family was very concerned about because of COVID-19, and they were looking for another way to take care of him at home.
I thought I had time to work with caseworkers and Medicaid and get everything set up, and turns out I didn't.
She says her next move was following their doctor's advice.
You have to get him out now. If he tests negative, you bring him home now. There is no thinking about it, just get him out.
Doc, would this be considered an outbreak at 23?
Well, an outbreak to us is two cases in a facility.
Utah Department of Health Dr. Alan Nakashima specializes in healthcare-associated infections and is looking into the outbreak inside the memory care unit.
In a facility like this, in the locked ward where there's memory care patients, if that's where the transmission starts, it's pretty hard to control.
She says the state was notified an employee tested positive for COVID-19 last Monday, and testing began on Tuesday.
This facility, for example, has had so many healthcare workers that have become infected because of this event that they are short of staff right now.
Heritage Park Healthcare and Rehabilitative Services Administrator Jeff Fletcher tells me in an email, "Please know we would never permit an employee who we knew was COVID-19 positive to work in the facility with residents who were not positive for the virus." He goes on to say, "We carefully assess and screen our employees every day and every shift before they are allowed to enter the building. Any individual who exhibits even a single symptom consistent with the virus or any other illness really will not be permitted to work."
What we have to do is see if we can get this to the point where there's no more infections in this remaining group of patients.
Theofold says she got her family member out of the facility with a negative COVID-19 result. She says she went in for a second test over the weekend and another negative COVID-19 result on Sunday.
As soon as we found out we were negative, we took him outside and gave him a haircut. It was a homemade haircut. It was great. So he saw the sun for the first time.
They're not out of the woods yet. The family is going back for another COVID-19 test this week and possibly another one in the future. The state says the entire Heritage Park facility was tested again today, and they should have the results by tomorrow morning.
All right, Jason, let's talk more broader here about other facilities. There are a lot of people who are isolated to places like nursing homes. Any idea on when families will actually be allowed back in to see them again?
Glenn, the state is working on a method they hope to roll out in the coming weeks that would allow families in PPE to visit. But again, those are plans that are still in the works.
All right, a lot of families anxious, I'm sure. Thank you so much, Jason.